It is the day after for U.S. Open champion Rory McIlroy. Yesterday, he conquered congressional, captured a nation. Fox 5 Sports Director Dave Feldman joins us now with more on his potential impact on the game far and beyond. And Dave, you and I are both golf fans, a lot of golf fans watching tonight. I mean, just a breath of fresh air, right? The game needed this.
They needed it, and the good news is Brian is 22, so they'll probably have it around for at least another decade or two, barring any type of injury. McIlroy will return to Northern Ireland later this week as the U.S. Open champ. And when he does, they'll give him an open-top bus parade. His victory united politicians in a country that has had sectarian conflict for decades. Usual business in the Northern Ireland Assembly suspended today to allow members to pay tribute. The First Minister, Peter Robinson, called McIlroy's win one of Northern Ireland's greatest sporting moments. 4 days of flawless golf ended Sunday when McIlroy hoisted the trophy on the 18th green at Congo. McIlroy finished 16 under par. The combined scores of the last 10 U.S. Open champs, 14 under par. Think about that. He finished 8 shots ahead of Jason Day. Jason Day's score of 8 under 276 would have been enough to win 26 of the last 30 U.S. Opens. It's the second straight U.S. Open title for Northern Ireland. Graham McDowell won it last year.
Following in the footsteps of my, one of my best friends, Graham McDowell, last year at Pebble. It's a great feeling, and to get my first major championship out of the way quite early on in my career, especially after what's happened, the last couple of months. It feels great, and just looking forward to putting myself in the picture for hopefully many more.
And joining us now, sports agent Doug Eldridge. He's a triathlete, he's always fit, and he knows about marketing. Doug, Rory won $1.44 million for the win. That's just his prize money. What did this win do for his possible marketability?
Well, Dave, this event put Rory on the map for a second time, but for a totally different reason. Up to this point, we knew him for his epic and historic collapse at the Masters. Everybody cringed watching him walk into the final round, only to lose and lose badly. This wasn't just about a historic win, which followed a historic loss. It's a story of the resilience and the perseverance that it took to go from an epic low to a historic high. So in terms of marketability, I think this win did a lot for Rory to define his perseverance and his depth of character to go from such a low to such a high. Yeah, and you talk about his character. He showed such composure all week when they kept grilling him. They, more media like myself, kept grilling him about the 80 on Sunday when he's leading this tournament, and he never lost his temper and he never lost his cool. Doug, what is it about this guy that makes him so unique? Well, I love that you use the word unique, Dave, because when we're talking about marketability, at its core, what we're talking about is the strategy of identifying the unique characteristics and attributes in our client and drawing them out. What makes them stand out in a crowd? What makes them stand ahead and shoulders above their would-be competitors? And in the case of Rory, I think we're looking at a couple things. Not only is it his raw talent, but it's what we were also just talking about, and that is his perseverance, his depth of character, the guy's humility. Let's face it, his looks don't hurt. And anybody that saw the embrace between Rory and his father after he won, that should have brought a tear to anyone's eye, especially on Father's Day. Doug, last question. There were all kinds of comparisons, and maybe unfairly to Tiger Woods, saying that now it's Rory McIlroy who's going to catch Jack Nicklaus's 18 majors, not Tiger Woods. Tiger has 14. Rory just has 1. Sure. But what about the marketing comparisons to Tiger? Well, I think it's natural. We're always looking for the next. Who is going to be the next Lance Armstrong? Who is going to be the next Michael Jordan? And as we can see, it's a weighty mantle to bear. The critics came down very hard on LeBron, saying that he choked under pressure. The same used to be able to be said about Rory, at the Masters, but now look at the resiliency of this young man. If I were a member of Rory's team, I would say focus less on being the next Tiger and focus more on being the first Rory. The reason that Tiger was able to capitalize so much on his unique cultural background and aesthetic is because he focused so hard on being the best golfer in the world. So long as Rory keeps his nose clean, so to speak, and focuses on his game, I think the world is his oyster insofar as marketing opportunities. Yeah, I'd agree with you, and you're right about the marketability. We've already had some people in this newsroom ask me if I could set them up with them, but unfortunately, I don't have that type of juice with them. I wish I did. I'd set them up with my sister or something if I had one. Doug, thank you very much. Thank you, Dave. All right.